Welcome back to GamerMax 71. Today we are playing a really good one. We are playing the one and only News Tower. But tonight I got a real treat for you guys, cause this time we're gonna try and 100% it. Okay, we're gonna 100% get all the achievements, all that good stuff. So let's hop right into it. Let's get a new game rolling. Classic. Oh yeah, you like jazz? So, how's your new year been, guys? Happy New Year! Welcome to 2026! It feels crazy. It's like the future, if you ask me. But, yeah, so, we're gonna have a rockin' rowdy time, if you ask me. Anyways, let's get into it. We have, welcome to New York City. Your father's been gone a decade now and frankly left things in a bit of a state. But don't worry, the city will cheer you up anyway. It's what it does. We caught an overdue inheritance. The business is all yours now. It'll be tough on your own, but I think you'll find a way to keep the lights on one way or another. I've arranged a taxi. Take it. Hold on, let me see if that's the correct way to spell that. Let me check. Just give me 1 second, folks. So, I feel like we should name our paper. Okay, I think I got it. There we go. This is where it's at, the achievement times. Alrighty, so immediately, this is also going to be a bit of an introduction to the game. Alright, so this is a news tower. You own a paper in the 1930s. You own a newspaper in the 1930s, and your goal is to defeat the competition, and our goal is to 100% the game, get every achievement, and pretty much max out everything we can, but that's not infinite. So, first thing you want to do is you want to pause the game. You can either hit the pause button here at the top, or you can hit space to pause the game. Okay, so then, what I like to do is you buy 2 floors. So you hit the plus, confirm. So now you have 2 floors. Then you want to hit either the B key or tap this little triangle thing to get the building menu. Now you can actually move the entrance and start. So you typically want to get stairs first thing. So for instance, here's some stairs. Okay, so you want to connect them. So what I did here was pretty simple. All right, so now you want to go to reporting and max out your telegraphers. This is going to be really handy. So you want to put 1 toward the wall, another toward the wall, 1 more toward the wall. And then you want to hire people. Okay, so typically, so you see, here's the hiring menu. So, as you can see, you have the photo, the name, sometimes an ability, and then their stats. So, in this case, she is even at assembly, telegraphing, and typesetting. She has the nocturnal ability, which means she's unaffected by darkness. Her name is Matilda, I think. Matilda Hadyar. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, to any Matildas or Hadyars out there. So, in this case, Lewis Towns is a good telegrapher, and this is their salary. This is how much you pay them every week, or typically any month. So, in this case, this is Lewis. So I'm going to hire him because he's good at telegraphing. You can see as the little bar. This is another Lewis. So let's get it. Let's get the crew of Lewises. And Matilda versus Grace. Careful or nocturnal? Oh, let's grab Grace. Because nocturnal is not actually that really much helpful a stat. You need lights for every employee. But since we're in pause, nobody will be affected by anything. Okay, now you want to get reporters. You want to typically get as many as you can. I recommend 4 as a good starting amount, but you can really knock yourself out. Actually, So there's a really good way to set this up. I remember my friend showing me this, so there's a really good way to set this up. Where you do this, and it's really space efficient actually. Okay, so now you have to hire people. So in this case, he's trash tolerant, so we can get him on. Big bladder, doesn't have to go to the bathroom. That's nice. He's resilient. I'm just gonna hire everybody here because it costs money to re-roll, and I need to get one more person to fill up our 5. Courageous. Let's get Christopher on here. Alrighty. Now you get building. You want to go, and you can organize this in any layout you want, but this I find is pretty good. So you want to get your typesetters, because what will happen is the reporters will walk right through the door and have something for you. Alright, now you get your typesetters and assembly people. So we'll put Matilda on typesetting, reroll, and by the way, you only get about 3 rerolls a week. Ooh, wait a minute, she's a telegrapher. Ugh. You know why anyone is a sloth, by the way? That sloth thing means they're really slow. But they're always extremely cheap. So in this case, big bladder, that's okay, and Hendel. Alright. Now, I'm gonna leave a lot of space here. You only need 2 typesetters and 2 assembly, and they'll handle a full 5-page newspaper. And we only have 2 pages. Well, we actually can't print right now. Yet, but we're gonna try and aim for 2 pages for now. Okay, so we now need some other things. So first, we need to scoot the reporters slightly. I forgot there's something we need to do with the telegraph operators. Because the telegraph operators make a ton of noise. And there is a comfort mode, and there's like comfort. So people will be they'll be comfortable in certain ways. So now we can go back to the building menu, and we can get a wall with a door. Nope, not a wall with a door. So that way they can go over there. And yes, actually the desks will not block him because they're in the background. The people are in the foreground normally, and other things like that. But the desks will not interrupt the doors. This is a 2D game, and it can run on pretty much anything. It's like it's not graphically intensive. I just have a really good computer working on it, but it's not graphically intensive, and it's really good for small. It's really good for stuff like short, maybe less powerful computers. Okay, so on to not talking about computers. All right, we need to. So you see here, if you look while I drag the industrial wallpaper, you can see there's noise that comes out and bleeds through the door. So we want to eliminate that noise. So we'll take that, take an acoustic panel, put one there, and then we're gonna need a light. And you get energy to start out with, but eventually you'll need to put in a generator or something like that. So, now it's time to get our reporters kitted out. So, we need to put some lamps in. And now we need to add a couple more things. So, something that a lot of characters actually need. So every character will eventually need to go to the restroom. So if you go over here, about every floor should get a water cooler, which is really helpful because people will be hungry and stuff like that. Water cooler is the first thing that counts as nutrition. And then you need to get a toilet. So, let's make a restroom here. So in this case, we can structurally design it. So the water cooler here. So I'm just gonna time lapse this until we get to something important, okay? actually, screw the time-lapse bit, okay? If you want to see, so here's the full build. We're gonna fully build this so I can tell you guys how to do this. So, the toilets generate a lot of stink, as you can probably see. So, the way to counteract this is to use vents and stuff like that. And fans and all that good stuff. You're gonna need a lot of stuff to counteract all this. So that's why I'm putting in vents and fans and all that good stuff. So, let's get going on more building. So, we obviously need to light this place up. And then if we go back to comfort, we can go tiled wallpaper, that will help a lot. And then I feel like we just need a couple more vents. If we go to only place a vent there, for some reason, literally, we need, oh my gosh. Okay, that'll have to be enough. We could also put a clock in, that might be a good idea. So, as you can see, when I place the clock over, it creates green, which basically means that it'll create comfort. So now we could probably destroy this vent. Alright, so as you can see, now we're ready. So now we have a restroom, we have a water cooler. So now it's time for the big boy. We want to get our printing press up and running. So we'll go to this bottom one here. And you need to start with the printer input module. You will only get one of these. FYI, you will only get one of these. You cannot have multiple printers running at once. The way you get more pages is by getting printer page modules. At the start, you have 2. And as you level up, you'll get more and more and more, and I'll explain how to do that as we keep going. So now, you need to so as you place them, you need to link them. And they create a huge ton of heat. So I'm going to use a wall with a door, prevent that. And we need to light it up, because we'll get a maintenance guy to work up here eventually. So, yeah. Light. Alright, speaking of maintenance, let's build our utilities. So we need, resuppliers are actually kind of a waste of money, if you ask me. We'll need workbench, a washing station, a sweeping station, and why the heck not, we'll get a resupplier. We'll put them up there. Okay, so now we need to hire some utility workers. So, let's get Alan to get this resupplier. Let's get Mickey on our sweeper. We'll get Madeline as our repairer, and we'll get Lillian as our cleaner. Cool. Alright, so Lillian will wash stuff. So now we need one last thing we need before we can get up and running is we need a shelf for our supplier. So storage cabinet. Bam, bam. There you go. Now, before we start, we should probably get a decent paper order and a good food order. Alright, now we can hit space again to unpause the day and have time run as normal. So if you listen to the audio, actually let me turn that up a bit for you guys. Probably should do that. Alright. There we go, much better. So as you listen to the audio, you'll hear when a telegraph worker is done, you'll hear a beeping noise. It'll go beep, 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 beep. Something similar. You'll hear it. So right now, I'm stocking all the paper, because this gets to be tricky. See? There you go. Do you hear that? Oh my gosh, I forgot to hit the bottom down with lights. But did you hear that beeping? That means that we have a new story coming in. So, we need to put the lights up, because everybody's bothered by that. Yeah, I'm kind of careless to forget the lights. Alright, there we go, better. Actually, before we keep going, I'll pause again. As you can see, this clock makes green stuffs. Green means comfortable. We want comfortable. So, we'll put a clock in, some plants would be nice. You can't put plants. So then, for our reporters, you also need comfort for the reporters. So it's a mixed bag, but essentially you want to get about a plant and a trash can for each reporter, reporter and telegraph operator. So clock it over here, clock over there, and then I forgot we need to put in trash cans for these guys. So anyone who uses paper makes trash. So you always need to make sure that your employees who use paper have a trash can on standby along with the janitor. That was my wrist. Alright. The trash can is pretty helpful. Alright. So now, where were we? I think we can now finally start. After I, of course, stock the water cooler. I forgot to maybe put these last two in the telegraphing station and this food in the storage cabinet. Alright, now here we go. So, this is our stories. So I'm going to explain this quickly. So, recession on the loose. Recession is an economic term, but apparently you can make it either a crime story or an economic story. Now, as you can see here, we have 1 crime worker and 3 economics. So, in this case, you can only have 1 story worked on. In some cases, you can do 2. Like, for instance, here, you can do 3 of different ones. So we'll put 1 person on politics, 1 person on economics, and 1 person on society. There. So now, we'll just keep working. So, when you get a story, you'll hear a sound. Okay. I forgot it'll tell you that. Oh man, I need to get a new crime. I need to get another crime reporter. Because crime is a huge thing that happens all the time in the city, and you always get a ton of stories about it. So I'll just get 1 more reporter, slap him down here, and grab... This guy's cheap, so let's just grab him. Alright. So as you can see here, the stories are being worked on. Because this is gray, the stories are not finished. It'll say in progress. So now we just keep working as we sort through all the stories. So now that we have another crime dude, we can work on it, and that'll free up politics pretty soon. If you want to fast forward, you just hit the arrow key. Right arrow key. Alrighty. You hear that beeping? I was quiet for a minute. You hear that? So, that's what happens when you get a story. So anyways, Mickey Mouse Makes Comic debut. I'm gonna kind of speed... Actually, I'll show you this week, because this is, like, your start. By the way, this is a really good game. I'll probably put in the link in the description, because this is a really fun game. It looks really simple, but it's actually ridiculously fun. And I'm not getting paid to say that, by the way. So now we're just waiting for stuff to happen. So in this case, we have a sports story, which will get her on, and we'll get an economic story, which will get Hank on. You see how that sports story had a briefcase on it? That means that we'll get an item once it's done. So as you can see here, we get boxing gloves, which will increase anybody who does sports by 1. We'll get bookkeeping for Dope Metal Slug. So that'll help anybody who's doing all the production and utilities. So, as we'll wait, time to throw the presses. Okay. So now, I'm gonna pause the game. So I pause the game. And now you go into this printing menu. Hit the check at the top, it's very helpful. So this will be done 10:50 a.m. Alright, so this is the time now. I can fast forward to this time. There we go. It's almost 10:50. Alright, now it's 10:50. Also almost 10:50. So it should be done. Oh, nope. Lost cause. We won't get that done in time. Unfortunately. Actually, we probably could. So, it's hard to balance the clock. Yeah, okay. There we go. Now it's finished. So, You have to print by the end of Sunday. So let's make our first paper, shall we? This is an art in itself, so I'm going to show you how to do something like this. So as you can see, everything has a badge. And they're all bronze currently because we don't have that high a story. So let's start with recession on the loose, and then we can put some economic stuff here, get combos. So as you can see, this is politics, politics, economic, economic. That means we get 2 combos, which will give us money. And then we'll just put these 2 down here, hit start printing. You get this little jazz bit, you get this little nice jazz piece, and then it'll list your stats. So, in this case, we did pretty bad. For anyone who's played this game, you know this is pretty bad. But, now that we've loosened up everybody, we can leave the recap. And so this is our office, the achievement times, and this is the map of New York. We got a lot. So this is the Jersey Beacon, competitive. So this is a competitor. Chief of Police. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff we can do. And also there's the Mafia and the Empire State Building. You'll get deals with them. So, I recommend the path you should take. The first thing you should unlock would be Williamsburg. So you need crime to sports story. Actually, is Williamsburg the correct one? He's the correct one. Hold on. Cancel that. Cancel for a second. There. Okay, you should actually go west. Yeah, West Village. You should start with. So, you need economy and politics to do the West Village. Sometimes, I think it varies for everyone. But I recommend you start with West Village, because that'll bring you the closest to advertisements. So now you can see we have this little reader icon at the top, and it'll show us what we need to print in order to unlock West Village. While we're kind of chilling, I should probably tell you about some stuff. This is influence points. You buy stuff throughout the map with it. This is finances. That's your money, and if you click it, you get your finance projections. So you can take loans. This is monthly costs, and this is your net balance. Oh, we got a story. And this is where you order. This is how you see stuff, and this is your battery. That's pretty much all you need to know. This game is a really simple game to understand. I feel like after this week, I can kind of just speedrun the next week. Because you kind of just know the gist by now. Okay, cool. We got a politics item, electric map. So this is definitely a game you want to play as a chill. It's a chill game. It's a very chill game. It's also the game, but it's more fun to play yourself than to watch someone else play it. But this is more of an intro, and this is just a fun challenge I want to do, because I've actually never 100% of a video game. Alright, this is a breaking news telegram. So, if we finish this, we get economics as our hot topic. So, might as well just get it on work, and yeah. So as you play the game, you can also see you have a globe. You have Europe. So far we have Europe and North America. That's where you can access so far. But anyway, so let's get this going. You guys know the deal by now, so I won't bore you with it. One more thing, if you ever want to close a thing for the telegram to operator find a new story, you hit this button right here. this week's hot topic. And yeah. So I feel like this will turn into, this is a 100% series and just a series to relax to. Okay? So I'm gonna probably just shut up, tell you about the important stuff as we roll along, and this is just the chill series we wanna see. Alright. Next week. Alright, time to roll the presses. You know what this means. Pause the game. I'll show you guys what upgrades are soon. Alright, since economy is this week's hot topic, we should probably start with a biggie. And we'll move on to, I don't know, political story, I guess? Who do I get? Combination. Alrighty, so now we're printing again, and let's see how we're going. 60,000, so let's check. We got 2 influence points in this paper. From getting West Village in one try. Alrighty. No mafia, just, oh, wait, here we go. This is the mafia. So this is deals. This is the mafia. Ooh. Alrighty. Not very friendly at all. Alright, let's select Williamsburg. And let's keep this rolling. Let's get a decent order of paper. And let's get this rolling. So, by now I'm guessing you kind of know the deal. So, I think I'm gonna kind of just shut up until something happens, and I'll let you know when it happens. So as you can see, that'll give us 2 influence points. So these are 2 silver things. I'll explain what these are once we get to printing. But we definitely want to print those. Gossip. Why the heck now? Ooh, okay, this symbol is a lawsuit. can't get sued, and I don't want to get sued right now. Lawsuits are basically... It's better to tackle lawsuits. Ooh, this is a big one. It's better to tackle lawsuits once you actually have like a lawyer or something like that. Economics. Alright. We're just waiting. This week I'll explain what the items do. Alright, it's time to roll the prices. Alrighty. Let's pause, get to printing, hit sort by readiness. Oh. I could actually probably wait till 2:28, Cool, now that's ready. Okay. So this is, I'll explain what this is. So this gives us 2 influence points on top of the 2 we already have. And that silver means we get 5k extra sales just from having one of them, which is really helpful. So now we can just do business as normal. We can, I guess we could do this. There's 2 combos. Hey, look at that, we got enough stories for a full paper. I guess Dallas one economy, and then you hit start. Start the day. And now, we got that bell ringing. We got the jazz singing. Ooh. Oh wow, I forgot about it. Oh wow, whoa, we got 4 influence points just from this. That's good. Wait, that's really good. Wait a sec, how much money did we make? 1,935, and we lost 1. Okay, nice. Alright, now we got a mob deal. If you ever want to do deals with the mafia, here we are. Don't print any crime this week. We get 1 influence, $500, and we get good reputation with the mafia. Let's do it. And peace fee. Oh, you're like, huh? Well, too bad then. How about these guys? Let's try them. Alright. So we have a deal with the mafia, and we cannot print any crime this week. So that is going to become old news. So we might as well just trash it because we can't print it next week. This is old news, so we can't do it. So now we just can't print crime. It's not fun. But hey, I'm worth it. It's worth it to get $500, 1 influence point, and some other good stuff. Story. Twinkie. Oh yeah. So by the way, this game takes place in 1930. Just FYI. Alright. Inside. get an item. A movie poster. Oh yeah, I said I'd do what the stuff did. Okay, let me show you what that does, because it's actually really helpful. So, go to production accessory. No, sorry. Reporting accessories, okay? Globes actually increase your telegraph operators. We might as well just do that first. Because, I mean, why the heck not? Alright. So, anyone who does economy will be boosted by this book. Economy. Alright. Globe, anyone who does society will be boosted. So, in this case, he will be. Anybody who does crime will be boosted by the crime board. This is external forces boosting. Anybody who does entertainment. We got a lot of movie people on our team. Just like that. Election map. Anyone who does politics will be upgraded by this. Solar system poster. This will really do anybody who does society. And then boxing gloves. This will upgrade anybody who does sports. So now I believe we've upgraded everybody. Is this someone? Never mind. Alrighty, let's get back to it. Yeah, sorry, I just promised I'd show you that, and it's really helpful. New story. And it's time to roll the presses. Alright, so remember guys, we can't print any crime this week. So, alright. We're gonna need some bigger stories to help us. Alright, let's try it. Yep, that's completed. Alright, these will not be completed. Alright. Let's collapse them all. Guess that one doesn't. Okay. So, let's start with this one. It's inspiring. And now we just need. Oh, you're kidding. Oh, man. Alright, well, we're gonna have to get this one next time. Alright, I guess we won't get that influence. Oh, gosh, what influence? Okay. No, cancel. That was a dumb mistake of me. Let's bring new society. Can't put in crime because the mafia will be putting that on us, so I guess we'll just have to do this. Print it. Next week we'll be able to print crime. Record. Nice. Almost done. You're kidding, nicely done. You kept a little boy out of the papers, just like me. Alright. Now we got a mayor deal. Print politics the most. And don't print any crime this week. Why does everybody not want crime? Alright, so we gotta deal with the mayor. Let's try and finish, let's finish this one. We gotta deal with the mayor and we're gonna finish that store place so we can get that stuff. Cool. Alright, we're working on this. We're doing well. We're doing it. We're doing well. That's broken, so let's just fast forward. New story. So don't print any crime again, but print politics most of all. So I need to print politics the most. That might be easy. It's easier said than done, that's for sure. So if we don't do it, we'll be sued. Alright, that'll be done in 7 days. Just close the line. Just waiting. Pause the game. Pause the game. Alright, so we have way more than enough to get... So we need to print... Alright, I guess we should put politics as the header. This is old stuff, so we have to trash this. Alright, let's see. It's business as normal. So whatever we do, we cannot print two stories the same thing. Besides politics. Alright. Alright. So no combos except politics. We didn't print any crime. And if we fail, we get sued. That's the thing. I have to unpause because I ordered some paper. I can pause again. So now I need to re-input paper. Alright, let's get back to printing. Let's see how the old mayor treats us. Alright. There we go. Finally got him. Alright, Mayor. Now we're back even. Because we lost reputation with the mafia, but we got reputation with the mayor. So we're back even. That's but it's... Get it? Alright, got new deals for both of them. Still 69,000. We'll get 2 influence points. Alright, versus Mafia. Print at least 1 Mafia, don't print anything. Alright. So, if we lose... Oh, nothing bad happens. Alright, we're back in the Mafia. I'm gonna try and play ties with both of them. But, we might have to just stick with one for now and then stick with the other for now. Alright, because we need to 100%... Oh yes, I forgot we need to 100%. Dow Jones plunges again. Alright, let's get that this time. So we gotta deal with the Mafia again, which is interesting. I'm just kind of jumping back and forth. The reason is because you get to reap the rewards. Oh, I probably should have just waited, because that was an unban. Alright, we need a 1 with a Mafia type. Okay. So we need a story that favors the Mafia. In the game, of course. In the game, not the real Mafia. We need this for unveiling, so I might as well get it. Okay, this is a mafia one. Thank goodness. We need this to be as fast as possible. Oh, nope, nope, no, 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 no. This might be done in time. Who knows? Oh, we might barely get it. Oh man, this is gonna be tight. Okay, we might make it in favor. We might make it. Good. The mafia story. You're kidding. I thought I prioritized this. 9 hours? Oh, you're kidding. Oh no. Oh, this is horrific. 5 hours. Oh no. So we have to print, like right now. Like. Alright. This is gonna be a horrible day. I'm not gonna even bother trying for this. Alright. Mafia ain't gonna be happy with that. Should we play the mayor storyline or the mafia storyline first? Yeah, I know. We kind of screwed up. Yeah, we screwed up. Well, at least they would send us something to eat. Alright, I guess we'll do the mayor. Print at least one crime. Oh, shut up. Alright. Per one crime. Every crime we get 250 bucks. I guess we're doing the mayor route. If we print Harlem, if we get Harlem, we'll be able to get ads and get more money. Print at least one crime, huh? Alright, let's see how that works. Crime. On it. That's a good start. Let's try it. Remember, this is the 1930s, people. There's no telephones. The light bulb has just been invented about 40 years ago. It's kind of crazy to think about the 1930s. crimes. We're getting 750 bucks. And we just need a paperwork. Today. 3 crime stories to get 750 bucks? Please. Woo! Ooh, record. Sorry, Mafia. Alright, looks like we're going with the mayor today, boys. My son, boys, Street, Empire Reservers, Glass, Bright, Real Street, Wall Street, Polish, half lights, half ads, but there's a bacon, old school, talks like grandpa, they got source. Make the achievement times where my corner will start stacking out our names. Alright, buddy, you want it? I'll give it to you. Scoops. Oh, I can do scoops in my sleep. Mafia again. Gory. We accepted. 1 scoop. Print 1 scoop. Alright. I guess we should get our sales desk. That's right, people. We got ads. We're doing advertisements now. So, let's find a good spot for this thing. Suppose we should get a sales desk and hire someone to get some advertisements. Alrighty. Alrighty. So, print at least 1 scoop. So scoop is when you steal a story from another publisher. Let's hope they give us something good for each scoop we print. Every scoop equals 2 reputation points. Yes. Competition's gonna have a tough time on us. Let's do this. So you see this? This is the competition bar. That's how fast they are at getting the scoops. If you're faster, you beat them. No spies. Alright, we'll get 1 sports story and why not? Alright. Ooh, this will make a really good headline. Tackled it. By the time they finally tackled it, we're already there. Alright. Let's do this. I don't think the Empire Observer has a chance. We have our 3 scoops already. Oh, we almost have all 3 of them. No scoops quite yet. Disinformation kills, huh? This might be good. And scoop is ours, buddy. ads quite yet, unfortunately. But let's see our prince. Ooh, mama. Till we get to the trail. Okay. 2 scoops, huh? Let's do this. Alright, this is obviously all crap, so let's screw this. One more combo. 2 scoops, 4 influence points. Poor Chief, he's gonna get humiliated by this thing. We're speed running this. Four combos, 10k more papers. I think the mayor will be pretty pleased with this, if you ask me. Ooh, baby! Heck yeah! We printed 2 scoops. First to strike, last to bleed. Thank you. Ooh, mama! Yes, sir. Easy. No, thank you. I think we're gonna go in mayor first. We're doing the mayor. We're doing the mayor's path. No ads today. Ooh, but one more reputation point and we'll be good. 2 roll. So now we're just waiting. Mob war. Oh, heck yeah. Ooh, the mafia might attack us for this one. Come on. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Oh no. One mobber. So the mobster's gonna come and roll in, beat everybody up. So that's what happens when you get attacked by the mob in this game. The mobster will screw everybody. Come on, hurry up. Philip, on it now. It's gonna need some tragedy, huh? I can give you tragedy. No protesters. I mean, we're gonna be mean. We're a mean, lean printing machine. Ask me. Go for it. Wait a second. Okay. So if we print it, we'll get 4 influence points. Good gosh. boys. As soon as it hits 9:30. Sloppy production? What the frick? Alright. We still have 6 stories to print. Let's get some. Let's get some stuff rolling. Put a crime in. I'll put some of these in. Investment. By the way, adding a floor costs 5,000. I'm not gonna do that yet, just because we're still in the 6,000 range, and that's. Oh no! Please show it. Oh, you're kidding me! You're freaking kidding me! All right, boys. Nice. Good girl. Man. Wow. What is this? This is the Empire Observer. Alright, we got a new empire. Yike! Fine, 125,000 papers. We're gonna have to make this the best dang paper this world's ever seen. 'Cause nobody does that quickly. We're gonna need the best paper we've ever seen to get rolling. Obviously that'll be our record. And we're gonna need a lot of paper for the printer input module. Alrighty, so we're gonna need a bit more paper, and then I guess we're just scoop. I mean, if we can scoop, that'd be really nice. That's scoop. No scoop. Sorry. We expo higher than that. I don't think anybody really cares. Oh, somebody can get arrested. 9. Oh. One spray. our scoops done. We're so close. You're kidding. Let's see. We can't increase that number anymore. Oh, we tried. I feel like there has to be a way. There's gotta be a way. Does anyone know? Oh, that's even worse. No. Wait. Oh, come on. Yep. We can't do it. Unfortunately, we can't do it, guys. We tried. We tried. That was so close. I'm sorry, man. Fine, I'm trying to do a mafia deal. Should we do the mafia? Do you guys want to do the mafia? Fine, we'll do the mafia. Yeah, let's do the mafia. Oh, brother. This will be interesting. Bingo! There it is. We got it, boys. We got it. We can definitely finish that story by Tuesday. We can definitely finish that story by Sunday. Oh my gosh. Oh, the mafia's gonna hate us. Yes! Got away. Good. Good. Good gosh. Hank. Where the frick is Hank? Is this you, Hank? Hank. He's so uncomfortable, that's for sure. Alright, why in the heck not? We'll try him. Would you like me to put another clock? Alright, Hank. You got this, buddy. Come on, we believe in you. I believe in you. Thank goodness we can get that mafia story into. Old debt never rests. Deal hopefully is complete. Ooh. This is a biggie. And we can try it on next week. Good. Gosh. Oh, brother, never mind about that. Just rotate. It's a time mode versus. Alright. Let's quickly assign you here. Stop. Tell me we have. Yes, thank you. Okay. Fully completed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Good. Alrighty. Let's sweeten them off a bit. Because I'm not gonna negotiate with terrorists. I kind of feel bad for backstabbing the mayor, if you ask me, but. Ready, boys? Actually, the first time I had that deal come up, I couldn't do it, so every lobster shit. Alright, let's get some water. Thanks for putting this on my radar. No, didn't mention it. Alright. Alrighty. That's a mafia. And that's an ad. Woo! And then we finally get the third page. My gosh. That took forever. Now we can probably go back. Alright, we're doing a mayor. We're doing a mayor after we did a mafia. Put a mayor in the top one. Alrighty. This is just gonna tell us about some stuff. Oh my gosh, skip. Alrighty. So, now we have a deal with the mayor, and we finally get to put this ads guy to use. Wow, that just took a while. We need to get a mayor one. Mayor one. So we need to get a story that favors the mayor in a way. Economics. Ooh, that's a good way to come back. None for mayor, fortunately. Citizens fight unemployment. So. No, thank you. No, thank you. We just kind of need a mayor story right now, or we might get sued. Right? What's the penalty? No penalty. Good. That's good to see. Story, come on. Mayor! Thank you! Ooh, we got a bribe for this one. This is how bribes work. Okay, so let me just fast forward you. This is how bribes work, okay? You need to spam the money in order to make an offer. You gotta make a deal for the juicy stuff. Oh, you're kidding. Come on, Philip. Get back here. Thank you. Oh, you're kidding me. One lawsuit. Alright. We're losing money. But what do we get in return? We get 1 influence point. So, we now have the ability to print 3 pages. Wow, we're actually speedrunning this game. I paused the game because I want to show you just how this works. First, pull up your printer, because now we actually get, now we spent 5,000 to get 5 floors. Alright. And now we get a way better. It's much worth 5,000. Because we can finally get 3 pages on our paper. This is revolutionary. For anyone who plays this game, you know how it feels. You get your first 2, they quickly fill up, now you have 3 pages to work with. It's just beautiful. Unlocking ads. I actually think I unlocked ads ridiculously fast. Like, who unlocks ads that fast? Now, okay, I want to do a bit of reorganization. We can now move these people up here. We can scoot this back, and scoot this forward, scoot this back. So now we have a sales, we have saleswoman, we got a sales desk, and now we can finally get some more reporters. Good golly. Now, reporters is a lot. We want reporters. I didn't even get a chance to hold up. What's this thing? Big Eater. Oh, great. Alright, let me put you back. I guess I'll put you here. Why the heck not? But I did want to unlock something else. So, police station, defense, security booth. Now we have the ability to hire security for our place, which I'm really happy about, because they combat mobsters. Utility, that makes sense. Security booth. Hire security worker. Reroll. Come on, give me someone good. Strong. So now we have someone in security, which is really handy. Because that way we do not have to be afraid of mobsters anymore. So, I'm just really happy that everything's going so smoothly. This is always really fun to have. It's always really nice when this game just rolls the way you want it to roll. Quick study. It's always really nice. So now we have. Oh my gosh, I forgot to put comfort stuff in. I completely forgot. I feel like these guys are always uncomfortable. This is comfort view. You can see what happens. Noise. There you go. Oh my gosh, we're flat broke. This next story better be a good one. Because we're flat broke. And we still have the mayor deal we gotta work. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I was so happy getting all the stuff, I forgot we have to run some stuff. Alright, let's check it. So. Alright. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. Just run. Alright. Let's start with explosive news. Yikes. That's not a good story once. Wait a second. Since we're broke, alright. Yes. Oh, dang it! You have to put in the fold. Alright. Fine, we'll go to a mafia thing. Actually, we're already in good tow with the mayor. We might as well. Well, now we have money, so we can reorder food and paper. And we can finally get some plants for these hard-working folk. Story. Yike. This person. Ooh. 5. Alright, they're taking the bus. Oh, that's just great. Wow, those protesters are hard to get up. Inspiration, huh? I don't really do inspiration. Let's see if I can find anything. Adventurous. We finally get sued. Just tell me we get inspiration. Otherwise, we can't. What the heck? Tell me we have inspiration. Freaking kidding me, Mayor. I'm sorry, but I can't print if I don't have any news. Finally. I won't have to prioritize the heck out of this. 5 days left. Okay. Let's check the printing. Oh, shoot! The ads. I forgot to get some on the ads. On it, please. Get on it. Brother. This is stressful. Okay. We might get the mayor's thing. New York, New York. I wonder if my newspaper contributes to that happiness. Roll the presses. Oh my gosh, thank goodness I prioritized. Alrighty. We're finally good to go. Hold up a sec. Let's see. Could we get any combos? Yes, we can. Oh, brother. We can get people started, I guess. next would be Destiny. Okay, this is gonna be a tight week, so after this week I think we'll end it. Alrighty. Not the series, just the video. Okay. Let's get a ridiculously large delivery. Let me get started on the ads today. That needs to be done today. Oh, lawsuit dodged. We lost an ad deal. At least one scoop. Every scoop gets 2. Thanks to our security guard, we should be able to deal with the spies that have showed up. Know your enemies. Wowee. Look at everybody hard at work. We might just become the biggest newspaper in New York someday. Alrighty, boys. I have a good feeling about this edition. Boycott. Oh, might as well just trash it. Can't print. Ooh, that's a good one. Hey, I'll take that. Let's just do a little fast forward to that might become a good headliner. Oh, man. Wait a minute, how many total sales do you think we're getting? Oh! Golly! Jeez! Holy crap! We're getting 174,000 sales? Holy Macintosh! Alright. We got 6 influence points. Babe, we're rolling. Yeah, we got an ad for society. Thank you so much for watching, folks. Thank you so much for watching, folks. Thanks again. Enjoy the news, because this is the best on print. See you next time, guys. Thank you again.